just in, we got a major update on Josh Sweat for Cardinals fans from Ian Rapoport, NFL Insider. Welcome in to Cardinals Today, presented by Prize Picks. The update is that this has gained some steam on social media. So Ian Rapoport says, just to provide some clarity, Cardinals edge rusher Josh Sweat is not being traded. Not to the Packers or anywhere. Carry on. This is why hit that subscribe button. If you're a diehard Cardinals fan, hit that sub button for Cardinals news. Whenever it breaks, I'll be here for you guys to break it to you. So, if that sounds like you, a diehard Cardinals fan, hit the subscribe button and let's talk about what this means for the Cardinals going forward. Welcome in, everybody. I'm your host, Joey O'Donohue, and if you remember, NFL insider Jordan Schultz said that the Cardinals received trade calls on Josh Sweat, okay? So teams did call up, according to Schultz. And then Rapoport comes over the top, says he is not getting traded, not to the Packers, not to nobody. Obviously, Gannon and Sweat did have a close relationship, and Schultz points that out. And then there was the fact from Kyle Odegaard that don't know the exact reason for the absence. Josh Sweat was not at OTAs, but he's been hearing for a while Josh Sweat not happy in Arizona. So all these rumors started to build up. You know, this is what Rapoport is referencing, but I guess Rap talked to the people that he knows, and I do think he is more trustworthy an insider than anybody else we've looked at so far, and they're telling him Sweat is not going anywhere. And remember, Johnny Venerable also had said that Sweat requested a trade after Gannon was fired and had signed in Arizona because of Jonathan Gannon. So this is where the rumors really had picked up was, Packers need an edge. Gannon's over there now. Apparently he and Sweat love each other. Rapoport says it's not happening. Don't buy into it. And I trust Rap more than everybody else. So really what happened was either they were all wrong, okay, and just reporting misinformation, or, and that could be true, or Josh Sweat's being held captive, okay, because they all said that he's unhappy in Arizona, but he did sign here, so I don't know. Fact of the matter is, though, Ian Rapoport tells us he's not going anywhere, and in reality, what really probably happened was teams called up Arizona, just like Schultz said, and they had terrible offers, probably undervaluing Sweat, maybe trying to offer a fourth for him, a third even, which, not terrible. But the Cardinals, they're not in the market to just trade good players for whatever they can get. No. If you're not going to give them a second-round pick or something, a young player that helps their future, why would they just move Josh Sweat just to move him? That doesn't really make sense. He's under contract through to 2029, and he was balling last year for Arizona. And I know some people like to think, the numbers are a little bit inflated, sure, but he had 12 sacks. He showed his burst, his ability as an edge rusher, pass rushing grade of 75 on PFF, 13 tackles for loss, also forced a few fumbles, 4 forced fumbles. And so I do think Josh Sweat had a good season. Doesn't make sense to just move off of him if the offers weren't good. And I mentioned he's on the Cardinals through to 2029 because the next 2 years, the contract looks a little bit like this, and you can see his cap hits $16.39 million this year, $23.61 million in 2027, and so maybe this is something where Arizona would move him in the future if they're still not good, but I'd say it's actually nice to keep a good player around, right, to just have Josh Sweat available when the Cardinals do figure this thing out. It'll be nice to have a player who, again, he's under contract for the next few years. You don't have to rush to move him. It's not like he's a free agent next year, and that's why I think it kind of makes sense. But what do you think in the comment section? What say you? Did you want the Cardinals to keep Josh Sweat all along? Let me know by typing Y for yes down below, or type N for no if you think the Cardinals should have just traded him and really gotten as many draft picks as they could next year, even if it was only one more. Let me know in that comment section. Coming up next, though, I'm going to show you reasons maybe we shouldn't believe what Ian Rapoport is saying, and we got some more Cardinals rumors to dive into, so do not miss that. But first, let's tell you about our awesome friends over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go if you love daily fantasy sports. Player Picks on fire right now. As playoff basketball gets going, there's no better place to cash in while watching sports than with Prize Picks. With the social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups with a single click. You can also find celebrity lineups right there on the Prize Picks app. Well, I got a lineup cooking up for Game 1, two-pick power play. The payout $50 for my $25 lineup. And Prize Picks is giving us an awesome deal where you can pick Jalen Brunson to score more than half a point. So I'm picking Brunson to do that. And my favorite pick in the playoffs has been Stephon Castle to score more than 11.5 points. He has done that every game. And so I could double my money with this lineup. This is why I love Prize Picks. Guys, the app is so easy to use. Pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. And new user offer, download the Prize Picks app today. Use code HMA, and you'll get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That is code HMA. Get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Now, if there's one thing I've learned from the events that have transpired over the past couple days, you can't believe what you hear. You can't always believe what you're told by the insiders, by front offices of teams, because Myles Garrett has been traded out of Cleveland. And what were all the reports leading up to that? Well, ESPN's Adam Schefter said this. When the Browns restructured Myles' contract, he said, right away, I called the Browns. And I'm like, what is going on here? They're like, we are 100% definitely not trading him. They were adamant about it. They're like, don't even bring it up and dignify the fact because we are not trading him. They couldn't have been stronger about it. And what happened? They traded him. I mean, is that not a pretty strong quote that would make you suggest, oh, good, Myles is not getting traded? He's gone. And he's over in our division rivals now. So take everything you hear with a grain of salt. That's what I'll say. Sometimes teams actually will tell insiders the wrong info. Why would they do that? Well, you could drive up the price by doing that. Think about it. If the Cardinals say Josh Sweat's not available, we are not trading Josh Sweat, well, his value becomes a little bit higher than if you say, hey, Josh Sweat's on the market, everybody. If you want him, come get him. Right? And so sometimes teams opt for that strategy. Now, the latter, maybe you can get a bidding war started, so that's why other times it is public. Other times you can't get out of it if the player requests a trade. If Josh Sweat really was unhappy, that would be the worst thing for his value. And that's probably why Arizona's saying, we're not trading him because we're not getting enough good value. Maybe those reports are true that Josh Sweat is unhappy, and he is kind of being held captive right now. But essentially, if there's anything I've learned the past couple days, it's you can't always believe what you hear from the insiders. They're right most of the time, but they're just reporting what they are told. So consider that. I want ball knowers to get in the comment section, though. What do you think Josh Sweat's trade value is, right? If there's truth to the fact that a deal couldn't be worked out, is it a second rounder, a third, a player? What do you guys think in the comment section? Give me a trade package for Josh Sweat down below that you think is fair. Funny enough, Ali Connolly, according to Sleeper Cardinals, had said Josh Sweat will be traded to the Packers or Eagles. Says, quote, I think Josh Sweat is dealt today or tomorrow to one of those two teams. Okay, he literally said that yesterday. Well, he looks pretty dang stupid right now. He looks pretty silly, Ali Connolly, because we're being told Josh Sweat's not getting traded at all. All right? And I will say this, also from the Cardinals' perspective, it'd be pretty thin at edge without Josh Sweat, all right? Like, they're already thin at that position. I do think they could add another edge to that room. Trading Josh Sweat, that sets you back a decent amount in that edge room, right? I mean, obviously the interior linebacker is looking pretty solid. I like the young Cody Seidman, what he's been able to do, and Captain Mac Wilson. But if Josh Sweat wasn't there, I mean, we'd be thin at edge. We really would. So I don't see any urgency for the Arizona Cardinals to trade Josh Sweat, being that he's under contract for a while, and it's not like he is 30 years old yet. Why would they just trade him for a third? Doesn't make sense. This, to me, seems similar to the Garrett situation in the sense where if you knock our socks off with an offer, yeah, we trade Josh Sweat. It fits our timeline better, but we are not shopping him actively, and that is why the report from Rap has come in today. And like I said, when the Cardinals are good, it will be nice to have Josh Sweat still on the roster. You want some good players. I mean, right? Why are we in the market of just getting rid of all our good players? No. Okay? You're building some young ones. You keep a good couple vets around. And once you get the franchise quarterback next year, hopefully Arizona will have built something by then. That'll do it for today's Cardinals Today episode, guys. Appreciate you all tuning into the show. I've been your host, Joey O. Make sure you hit that sub button if you're a diehard Cardinals fan, and I'll see you next time.